ba ang issue? Is it violation of the EPIRA law or is it corruption because yung PMC ay kumuha pa ng IEMC, di ba? So, ano po ba yung issue? Is it the violation of the law that says isa lang dapat ang operator ng WestM? Or is it corruption? Because he compared it to formerly StarPay, no? So may mga ganyan siya.
Yes. Actually, Ms. Lucia, no, sama-sama yan. No? Merong violation ng EPIRA law, violation ng implementing rules, and this will translate into corruption, nepotism, delikadesa, and other violations na nangyayari at the expense ng mga paying consumers. Kasama na tayo dyan. So, if you will, I can summarize basically yung nakita naming violations ng EPIRA law na tolerated under the present leadership ni Secretary Cusi. So ito yung kinol namin yung attention. Bakit nyo ginagawa itong pagtatayo ng bagong kumpanya which resulted to increase ng market transaction fees natin. Ultimately, tayo rin nagbabayad niyan.
Sige po. I mean, if you could outline it for us. I mean, basic ano lang po. Sige po, as you offered. Ano po yung ano po yung pinakang scheme dito and ano yung violation? Yes.
Yeah. Basically, so mabilis lang po, no. Yung EPIRA law was enacted in 2001 at the time ni Senator Aquilino Pimentel, no, senior. Then it was 2001, then in 2000 ang purpose naman ng EPIRA law is to create a free market, no, where we trade electricity sa isang malaya at independent na technically capable na wholesale electricity spot market.
WestM, yes.
Yeah, WestM. We will call it WestM. Ito po yung parang platform sa bentahan ng kuryente where you trade electricity as a commodity and prices depend on the bidding. Papasok na po dito yung law of supply and demand. Basically naman po, pag maraming kuryente po, at mura po. Kahit naman sa po yan, pag maraming kuryente, konti mabagsak ang presyo ng kuryente.
Supply
yun
and
po
demand.
Ang purpose, yes. Yun ang purpose ng WestM. May platform po tayo. Okay po. Ngayon, noong 2003, ang una hong nagpatakbo niyan is yung tinatawag nating Transco Market Operator. Kasi under the EPIRA law, National Transmission Corporation was created under the EPIRA law. Yan po yung unang-unang market operator, 2003. It was created po ng mga, I think, June 2003. Dahil nga bago po yung konsepto ng EPIRA law sa Pilipinas, definitely wala pa tayong market operator doon, di ba? So pansamantalang ginawa ng gobyerno noon that time was that Transco muna ang mag-ooperate as a market operator with the intention na magtatayo tayo ng tinatawag na AGMO, which is the Autonomous Group Market Operator. Lucia, ito yung yung binanggit mo kaninang PEMC. So yung PEMC, this is technically ang unang market operator is the Transco. Then sinunod naman yung pag-turnover ng market operations sa PEMC. We call it the AGMO. Ito po yung AGMO. Now, if you will note, ngayon ko lang nakita, from 2004, the PEMC was created in November 2003 po. And from April 2004, from the incorporation po ng November 2003, kinailangan lang po ng mga 5 buwan para i-turn over ng Transco market operator yung full operation ng market operator natin sa PEMC. Nagsimula po yan November 2004. So imagine mo, Luci, no? Ang nag-ooperate ng ang market operator natin, sa kuryente natin nagtitrade tayo, is that from April 2004 to August 2018, ang namamahala po niyan PEMC, yung tinatawag na AGMO. Yes, apo. Ito po yung nag-ooperate sila. Sila na yung governing body, sila pa yung market operator. And tatanungin mo ko, who composed this PEMC? Well, these people, the PEMC is composed of people who controls the power sector industry from generation, distribution, supply, and transmission. Sila po yan, yung mga negosyante po natin. 17 taon po yan. Actually, parang ginawa nila ganito. They created a transition plan which amended the IRR and some provisions of the EPIRA. Wala hong nag-question dito sa transition plan na to. This was past February 2018 po. So this transition plan, I read it a while ago, 40 pages, modified, amended the requirements of IRR. So dito po na-tolerate yung pagtatayo ng panibagong independent market operator referred by the EPIRA law. Itinayo po nila tong IMAP na ang capital po ay 7,000 because they followed the transition plan na sabi nila based on the transition plan, non-stock naman yung IMO. IMO, Luchi, is the Independent Market
Yes.
Operator. Under the law, it is called IMO. So let's call it the IMO, yung IMAP. Sabi sa
Okay.
transition plan, well, under the IPIRA law naman, saka sa IRR, sabi, non-stock naman yan. So hindi kailangan ng pera yan under our transition plan. Number two, hindi na kailangan ng pera ng IMAP na to kasi yung pera naman sa operation manggagaling sa market transaction fee. So that led to the creation of a corporation na may 7,000 kapital. Saan nagbase sila? Hindi sila nagbase sa IPIRA law. They based on the transition plan passed in February 20.
Na ginawa nila. Na sila
Yes,
rin ang
ma'am.
gumawa.
Yes.
Oo.
So, but,
Pero yung PEMC, nawala ba yun?
hindi po.
Hindi.
Itong masama niyan. Lucino,
So, dalawa-dalawa.
Yes, sir.
Oo.
Yes, ma'am. Nung 2003, di ba sabi ko po, ang Transco MO ang market operator, pansamantala. Nung ma-create yung PEMC, we call it the AGMO, nung November 2003, ipinasa po ng Transco totally yung operation yung market operation. Bumitaw na ang Transco. Administrative supervision na lang po sila sa PEMC. Ano nangyari dito sa ginawa ng leadership ng DOE? Itinayo po nila yung IMAP, pero ang ipinasa lang po ng PEMC sa operation dito sa sinasabi nilang quote-unquote independent, pinaghiwalay po nila, sabi nila dito sa IMAP, ikaw lang magpatakbo ng market operator, amin pa rin ang overall operation. Kami ang governing body, kami ang kokontrol ng pera mo, kami mag-a-appoint ng director mo, kami ang mamamahala ng policy mo, i-audit ka namin, as in, i-operate mo lang yung makina. Yun ang nangyari dito sa creation ng independent market operator. Hindi nga dapat independent yan, dapat yan dependent market operator.
Okay.
Diba? Yeah.
But is it possible that in
Kaya
splitting
ang
that
tanong
up,
ko-
you're actually trying to fix something in the system? Kasi kanina nga, yun nga I'm still trying to get a full grasp of this. Pero kanina nga, yung tanong ni Luchi, paano yun? Di isa lang, sila rin ang nagre-regulate ng sarili
Yes,
nila.
sir.
But in splitting, in making a distinction, is it possible that the intervention was precisely trying to fix something in what might be perceived,
Yes.
in what might naturally be operating
Yes.
with self-interest?
Yes, sir. Ang point po natin is that nire-repair mo isang bagay na wala naman sira. Imagine, for 17 years po, 2004 hanggang 2018, 18 years, nag-ooperate naman po yung PEMC, tahimik po, di ba? Sila ang governing arm, sila ang operator. Then here comes 2018, tinayo tong IMAP, nagtayo ng bagong maliit na kumpanya, ipinasa doon yung pagiging market operator. Anong resulta nito, Robbie? Siyempre, pag dalawa yung kusina, dalawa yung kumpanya, dalawa ho yung pasahod natin, di ba? Dalawa yung board, dalawa yung perks, dalawa yung allowance, dalawa yung set of employees. When in fact, ang ibinigay lang dun sa quote-unquote independent, tatakbuhin lang yung computer.
Okay.
Eto, asan po yung corruption angle niyan? Ganito po yan, Ma'am Robbie. Ang PEMC po was decided as early as 2015 as a government-owned and controlled corporation. 2014 pa ho, 2015. Sabi ng ERC, government-owned or controlled corporation yan. Pera ng taong bayan yun nandyan. And therefore, pag public property po, subject po sa audit ng COA natin. Saan ko nakikita yung corruption dito? Dahil nga, quote-unquote, nag-designate ng IMAP, nag-create ng panibagong private company po yung IMAP. Ano po ang hatian? Example po, sa 2020 operation nila, which was filed in 2019, sa market transaction fee, ang hiniling ng PEMC na market transaction fee na sisingilin sa consumer, 1 billion. Okay, example lang to, hiniling nila 1 billion. Anong sharing nila? 31% goes to PEMC, 69% goes to IMAP, which is a non-stock non-profit. Sino ang i-audit mo lang? Under the ERC ruling nilabas nitong June 2021.
Yung PEMC lang.
Yes, oo. PEMC lang ang
GOCC
government-owned and controlled corporation. Ang pwede mo lang pong i-audit yung 31% ng 1 billion. Kasi nga po, if we follow the ERC ruling, GOCC ka. Hindi mo pwedeng i-audit yung 69% na 700 million.
So, okay.
Yung tungkol naman po sa issue ng politika, number one po, ma'am, during the hearing, andun po si Senator Coco Pimentel. Wala hong nagre-raise ng issue ng politika. Every budget hearing po ng IPIRA law yun, lahat naman ng mga senador natin belongs to several political parties. Pero the moment they conduct hearing, they sit there as senators, you respect the institution, even if you don't like the senators or the one proposing question. If you want to ask question, ikaw tuwakbong senador, umupo ka doon sa hearing. So, ang point namin, hindi ito politika. Bakit pag nagtatanong si Senator Coco Pimentel, hindi nila sinabi na, politika lang yan. Kasi if you believe na politika to, huwag ka na umatin ng budget hearing to defend your budget proposal. So, mali po yung sabihin, politika lang to. Opo.
May isa pang
Pero kasi, Attorney Palad, meron ding lumabas na ina-allege na ang asawa raw ni Attorney Matibag ay connected sa IMOP, one of these operators. So parang, I mean, doon pa lang, syempre, kaya nga napa-walk out tong si Attorney Matibag, no? Dahil nga, doon siya nagalit, no? And I think that's where he said, this is a political, hearing,
Okay.
no?
Okay
So,
po, let me explain po.
totoo ba yun? Anong yung allegation na yun? May basihan
Yes, ma'am.
ba yun?
Ma'am, ganito po yan. No? As I said, no, nung maitayo yung Transco noong 2003, pursuant to the IPIRA law, ando na yung administrative supervision ng Transco sa AGMO. Do you follow me, ma'am? So may administrative supervision ng Transco sa AGMO, which is the PEMC. Andun po, sa ngayong setup ng 2016, 2017, ang umupo yung bagong administrasyon, nasa taas po ng AGMO, nasa Transco po si Attorney Melvin Matibag. Siya po ang presidente ng Transco. So imagine mo yung situation, Transco controlling, having administrative supervision sa PEMC, yung AGMO, tapos AGMO controlling the budget, operation, and everything ng kanilang sinasabing market operator. So pag tinignan mo pababa, Transco, PEMC, IMAP, di ba makikita mo yon, the president nandun sa Transco ng president, pababa sa IMAP, tapos nandun yung asawa mo as incorporator. I said incorporator lang po. Kasi the IMAP was incorporated upon endorsement by DOE Secretary and the PEMC May 15, 2018. Tapos po, dinesignate po ng PEMC ang IMAP as market operator or IMO. Wala pong bidding, hindi po namin sinasabing may bidding. Ang sinasabi lang po namin is that sana nag-invite kayo ng other market operator which have experience, financial, technical capacity, at ang requirement po ng IPIRA law, not less than 2 years experience. So paano nawala yung requirement na yun? Kasi po binago nila yung transition plan, inamend nila yung IPIRA implementing, tapos sinundan nila yung transition plan nila, kaya nila ginawa tong sistema na to. Yun ang po nangyari. So they bank on the transition plan. Na dapat po ang transition plan, binasa ko po yung transition plan. Wala akong transition plan. Sa pagbabasa ko nito, ito po yung transition plan para lang magtayo ng market operator, pero this plan will remain forever unless ibasura to. Kasi ang lumalabas po yung IMAP, market operator lang, at ang PEMC will forever be the governing arm hanggat hindi yung nababasura po ito.
Sir, nabanggit nyo nga, unless mabasura
Yes,
to,
sir.
ano po ba ang immediate remedy that's actually viable here?
Well, nag-draft na po, nag-prepare po kami ng Senate resolution to investigate this na kung kinakailangan may pasa po sa Blue Ribbon Committee kasi yung epekto po ng IPIRA law, pangkalahatan po, kayo po, kasama kayo dyan. Lahat tayo po, nag-provide ng kuryente. Every time makikita mo yung billing mo, parang pinipintahan mo yan kasi parang yung kung ilang digits yan. So, this needs immediate action po. So, I leave it to the Senate team po ni Senator Manny Pacquiao kasi po ako is a private lawyer, rendering service. I leave it to them pero meron na po kaming draft ng Senate resolution. As to the filing po ng appropriate case, antayin ko po muna yung transcript ng hearing na nangyari. I think may basihan na po kami makikita ron.
But in the meantime po, everything stands and everything is in effect.
Yes, ganun nga po nangyayari unless magkaroon po ng panawagan yung publiko na dahil nabuko na to, imagine ang 1 bill, ang hinihiling po, hindi ko po sinabi binigay. Imagine hinihiling 1 billion market transaction fee ng dalawang kumpanya. Dun sa 1 billion na yun, alisin mo yung 30%, di 700 million lang yung operation ng IMAP. Ganun kalaki yung pera, di ba? Buti na lang po, mayroon tayong ERC na sumasala, pinifilter po yung itong mga claims nila dahil sa pananaw po ng ERC, yung PEMC lang ang legit na independent operator. Idagdag ko lang po, ano po yung dapat gawin ngayon? Ang dapat pong gawin ngayon i-abolish po yung IMAP dahil wala naman pong purpose yan. Extra expenses lang yan. Number 2, mag-invite po tayo ng mga magagaling na Pilipino or ng mga group who will offer themselves as an independent market operator free from influence by the members of the board composed of people belonging to the power sector industry. That's the remedy po sa ngayon.